Just another day of absolute paradise. Got some beautiful bank bass fishing action for you. Right on the fall there, he ate it. Oh man, that's excellent. That was the first cast too. So I'm doing some spring bass fishing today in the high winds. Hopefully the winds don't hurt the audio too much. I apologize if they do. Yeah, girl, first cast, baby. We've got a nice brown ditch pickle. Cool. You can come right up this little slidey thing. There he is. Cool. Not a bad one, I guess. Yeah, that's a nice solid 17 plus incher to start us off. Measures about 7. Oh, that's awesome. Second cast, another fish. That last one measured roughly 17 1/4, which is decent for a small river like this, I would say. This guy's smaller, but he slammed it. He slammed that watermelon red fleck tube jig, man. They love them. Reminds them of crayfish, I suppose. Fat fish, man. This guy hit in the shallows, which is where they're hitting the other day when the water was murkier, but the water depth level definitely dropped. Obviously, I'm just doing 100% catch and release today. Even if these were in season, I'd still be doing catch and release today. Just a little guy on that same watermelon red fleck tube. Little brown ditch pickle. It's windy. This is way better than the fishing was yesterday. This bad boy hit right next to me. Come here, dingus. I got 8-pound test on 8-pound mono, so I can kind of afford to swing them in without worrying about the line breaking. Off you go. So all I'm doing is a sexy backhand cast towards the current break, letting it fall, let my tube jig fall to the bottom, and then I'm just slowly twitching it along a few inches at a time, just like this. Yeah, girl. Picked one off from my left hand side. It was starting to slow down a bit, but me and Don hit this really hard the other day and caught and released a whole bunch of them. So there's that. This wind is going to be bad on the audio. I apologize. There you go. If they were in season, that would have probably barely been a legal one. All catch and release today, though. There we go. Kind of been bopping around the hole, hitting the right, hitting the left. This one came from the right again, in that shallow area. All on the tube jig so far. Racking and stacking them. Okay, so now I casted out a bitsy tube of the same color. Still 1/8 ounce, on this time on 6-pound test. We got a little guy. Little chunker. Yeah, the dark green Christmas color fleck tube, bitsy tube. There we go, another one on the bitsy tube. Yeah, girl. Haven't even hopped spots yet. We already got a decent number of bass. Cool, and they're fat. That first one especially, that 17 1/4, was very fat. I just tried really slowing it down and it's working. I'm slowing it down so bad, that so much so that I'm just crawling it on the sand. And I actually picked one up right away, which is really cool. No giants, but these are fun sized fish. Hold on, pole just dropped in the water. Fun fish, fun. Well, after I dropped my pole in the water, I ended up losing 2 bigger juicy boys in a row. This is not a bass. This is a decent little fall fish. I've caught 19 of these that have been as long or longer. Oh, shoot, hold on, he's slippery. Have been as long or longer than the New York State record and also the world record. I've caught 19 of them that have been 19 inches or longer, believe it or not. So I'm hopping spots now. I just watched 2 of them chase this tube jig in. One of them swooped away and the other one nailed it. Up we go, up we go. There's a big cliff right here, so I have to get down there to let them go, but cool. 15 and a half. There he is. What do we got here? Big fall fish, baby! I'm not gonna be able to flip him, I don't think. We're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Shoot. How am I gonna get down there? There we go. Got him off the weeds. Lol. Alright, we're going down this way. Alright, going down this way. I've been waiting for one of these bad boys to show up. It's a decent one. I've caught a lot of these in the 19 to 21 inch range. This one, yeah, this one will probably make 19 plus. So it's a big one. Very nice. Probably my 20th big one that's been 19 inches or better. Very cool. Almost. 18 3/4, almost there. There we go. Another one off the face of the cliff. Little chunky bass. Up we go. Trying to take as good a care of these bass as possible. Another 15 or so. But there we go. There's something different. Little walleye. Interesting. Demolish that too, man. That's a skinny male. There you go. Oh, he came back for it. He dropped it and then came back for it. That's amazing. Yes. Just a little guy, but that was really funny. This pool is kind of loaded. So, quite a few of these fish are hitting really tight to the bank. Pretty much all of them, just about. They're following me up and hitting me real close in. See, I'm not even bopping it at this point. I'm literally just drifting the tube 100% without any action added to it. Little chunker, beautiful though. There we go. This guy's a little bit beefier. Come here, Dangus. A little bit better, that's for sure. It's not a 12-incher. As much as I love my 12-inchers, this one's a lot better. Nice. Beautiful. Like the first one. Very fat. 17 plus incher. Not bad for a tiny river. Fat girl's right on 17. Third fishing spot of the day. Right near shore he hit. On the 3.5 inch tube jig. Nice little bass. Here we go, baby. Now we're talking, finally. Don's been out fishing the heck out of me, as usual. But here we go. A nice little slabber, nothing huge. Pick them up here and show them to you. Another, I don't know, 16 and a half, probably 17 inches, somewhere right around there. Oh man, I just lost two absolute beauties in a row. That is heartbreaking. I would have been ahead of the Donald, which is crazy. Normally the Donald is in the lead. I think it's because I'm using a Walmart jig head. You stay hooked, you dingus. Would have had 3 of these guys in a row. Just nice, solid ones. Yep. She is fat. Wow. Look how fat that bass is. Wow. That's the biggest fish of the day. 17 and a half, baby. There we go. I'm just rolling this tube jig through the shallows here at the head of this long run. And they're in here, you know, there's 2 more that I had on that were probably in that 17, 18 range. This is just a little guy. Little guys and decent medium-sized ones mixed together. If I told you how many nice fish I've lost today, you would probably be embarrassed for me. This is going to be the final stop of the day. This shallow bay here next to the water, the current of the river. He is short, but he is fat. Alright, well, it's almost sunset out, so this video is definitely going to end very soon. What we got here? Ooh, he's strong, he's strong. It's a nice one. It's a nicer one, I think. Oh yeah, it's a piglet. Haha, yeah girl. Biggest one of the day probably. That is a fat smallmouth bass. Wow, look at the gut on this thing. What a way to end the day. Just beautiful. Not the longest, but the fattest. So today I'm rocking 2 medium power fast action rods with Fluger Presidents, and one has 6-pound mono and the other 8-pound. So all I've been using today is a watermelon red fleck normal tube and a watermelon red fleck bitsy tube, both 1/8 ounce.